how to maintain the quality of research. And for that purpose, if we are going to maintain the quality in research as such, definitely plagiarism is a very burning issue nowadays in each and every institution or in academic environment. And for that purpose, each and every academicians want to how to maintain the quality, especially how to avoid that misconduct or the plagiarism, and how it will be helpful to the increase the quality in research in different disciplines. And for that purpose, we will discuss on anti-plagiarism for quality research, how to detect and avoid it. Friends, if we see the opinion of Narayan Murthy in the 1980s, he says that in 1980s, India was among the top 10 countries in the world producing original research, slipping to number 12 in 1990s. And it is just a slip alarmingly to below research was no longer seen as a prestigious work. And why? Because in India, encouragement and adequate facility is not given as such, especially for academic environment. And for that purpose, definitely it is necessary to increase the research productivity as such. And if you are discussing about the research productivity in IT era or digital era, then definitely we can't escape the field that is open access policy. Because with the help of that open access policy, definitely our research in developing countries can see your work. That means if we have written some, it may be a research paper, it may be a chapter, it may be a thesis, it may be a reports, then definitely if we upload that
मागच्या वेळेसचे सेशन सगळे मागच्या 6 महिन्यापूर्वीचे सरांनी
as
केले
open access,
ते सगळे मी करतो.
then definitely such a type of researchers in developing countries can see your work, as well as taxpayers get value for money and compliant with grant rules also. And each and every research product, the public can access your findings. And definitely such work will get a more exposure for your work. And practitioners can apply your findings. And for that purpose, definitely our higher citation rates will be increased. And your research can influencing policy. And for that purpose, definitely nowadays, each and every academic institutions are focusing how to upload their research productivity, especially for to get more usage, the public can access such type of findings which will be helpful to another researchers. And for that purpose, open access policy is more important. If you see, there are dozens and dozens of research repositories in the world. Now, as completely you are aware about the Shodh Ganga. Shodh Ganga is the one of the largest research repositories of India, and it is developed by UGC INPLIBNet. INPLIBNet is not nothing but it is the inter-university center, that is IUC of University Grant Commission, and INPLIBNet has developed the Shodh Ganga thesis repository. Now, if you see today, Shodh Ganga is having more than 5 lakh PhD thesis of different Indian universities, and anybody can access that PhD thesis. Anybody can copy it, anybody can print, anybody can forward it. That means such a type of repository is playing a very important role in research. The another important research repository is NDLTD, Network Digital Library of Thesis and Dissertation, is the another international research repository of the thesis and dissertation repositories, which covers more than 62 lakh PhD thesis and dissertations. Another important thesis repository is OATD, that is Open Access Thesis and Dissertations, which cover also more than 62 lakh thesis and dissertations. Why we are focusing on such a type of thesis repositories? Because with the help of such a type of thesis repositories, we can develop our second chapter, that is review of related literature. For writing a research, writing a second chapter, that is a review of related literature, definitely with the help of such a type of research repositories, it may be a Shodhganga, it may be a OATD, it may be a NDLTD, such a type of dozens and dozens of research repositories are made available online. And we can get, or we will get such a type of research which is previously done as compared to our research. And for that purpose, all these theses and dissertations will be helpful to write a research, not only a research paper, but our PhD thesis also. Then if we see the top 10 countries in the world, especially considering the research productivity as such, and I have given this data with the help of Scopus database. Scopus is nothing but it is the indexing and abstracting database. And Scopus is developed by Elsewhere. Elsewhere is the very eminent and the popular international publishers. And that Elsewhere has developed this Scopus database. And with the help of that Scopus database come to know that the research productivity of each and every countries in the world, not only in the countries, but also research productivity of each and every higher educational institutions all over the world. And for that purpose, I have referred that Scopus database. Scopus database, United States is on rank first in research productivity, followed by China. Then on third rank, UK is there. Then Germany, Japan, France, Canada, Italy, India, Australia. These are the old data, but as per the considering the current scenario, India is on 7th rank in the research productivity in the world. If we see the what is the current research productivity status of Maharashtra's universities or universities in the state of Maharashtra, the Pune University is on rank first. That means this third column is for Scopus database with the help of that Scopus database, and this one is the Indian Citation Index. Last column is Indian Citation Index. That means how many research papers, how many research documents is indexed in that Scopus of Pune University. Pune University is on rank first, then Mumbai University, then Kolhapur, Nagpur, Aurangabad is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University is on 5th rank in the Maharashtra. Then Nanded University, Jalgaon, Amravati, Solapur, and SNDT. That means this is the current scenario about the research productivity of each and every universities in the state of Maharashtra. Definitely, the libraries are playing a very important role, especially for promoting research. How the library and information centers or how library as a learning research centers will be helpful to the any research, especially for finding research problem or the research topic or the statement of problems. Because with the help of libraries, definitely we will get the idea about how which topic will be more helpful. Because libraries are providing the such type of facilities with the help of print or electronic resources. It may be a book, it may be a print journal, it may be a print thesis, it may be a print newspapers, or any other electronic medias with the help of that electronic media. It may be an e-book, it may be an e-thesis, it may be an e-journal, it may be an e-newspaper, and so on. That means which is made available as an e-resources. With the help of such a type of resources, any researchers can choose their proper topic or the proper research problems. And definitely, libraries are helpful for gathering a background literatures. That means we will write proper writings with the help of that collection of proper literatures with the help of that libraries. That means with the help of libraries, researcher can collect the data, analyze the data, writing the research paper reports, and with the help of that all such type of data analysis, interpretation, and proper writing a research paper, definitely such a type of results will be helpful to how to disseminate the results, which will be helpful to the society. Then, if you see the impact of e-resources, especially on research output, definitely, as and when this is not, this is because with the help of that e-resources, nowadays, millions and millions of e-resources are made available online. And with the help of that availability of e-resources, definitely it is helpful to increase the research output globally. And for that purpose, definitely output has almost double. And therefore, after the access to latest research published in peer-reviewed journals, definitely which will be helpful to the researchers. If you see how many electronic resources are there, which will be the strength of any researchers, because there are more than 7,450 plus billion web pages are there, and more than 55,000 plus e-journals are there. That means there are a lot of information is made available. But problem is that, or the challenge is that, which information, which literature is helpful to our research. That means how to choose a proper literature, that is the more challenge. Then definitely students can guide, especially with the help of that purpose of research. What is the purpose of research and how do we do research? And to contribute or to extend knowledge, how do we do this? By building on the work of others. Friends, any researchers, when they are completely busy in research, then they should have to read carefully guidelines for writing a thesis, dissertations, and research papers. Definitely, and any researcher, they should have to attend the variety of research methodology workshops, English remedial courses, training in reference management tools, library orientation programs, etc., or the author workshops and courses on technical writing skills. Definitely, the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Maratha University's knowledge resource, that is University Central Library, is also completely engaged in organizing a variety of such type of research methodology workshops, especially author workshops to the researchers and the faculty members, and which will be helpful to the any researchers. Not only this, but also the training in reference management skill, because each and every researcher, they should have to know what type of reference management are there, which will be helpful to take a very proper citations to the researchers. And for that purpose, to get account to check plagiarism, use of references management tools, research forums, online discussion groups, and how to do research. That means research works include such type of activities. And while writing a research, definitely research notes, which will help to a balance between the ideas you have taken from other sources and your own original ideas. And as and when researcher are using such type of resources, they should have to take notes for referred sources. It may, with the help of, because each and every document or each and every book has its independent components, and there are various components of each and every books. It may be because if book is there, then book is written by single author or double author or triple author or more than triple authors. And book is having pages. Book is having a pages, book is having a publisher, book is having a place of publication, book is having a year of publication. Means such type of components. Book is having a definitely titles or subtitles. That means such a type of component will be helpful to writing a proper citations. And for that purpose, all these tips are more helpful to the researchers. And for that purpose, if anybody wants to write a paper, for that purpose, various tips, that means write a preliminary draft without looking at your notes, leave spaces where you think you will want to include quotes or supporting materials. And each and everything we should have to write in our own words as much as possible. No one expects you to write like an expert or professional writers. You should, however, write like a serious, intelligent students, researchers, and definitely cite all sources as you write your rough draft, and read through your final draft and make sure all uncited ideas are your own, because all these types of tips is very important while we are discussing about the plagiarism. And definitely we are discussing the plagiarism as such, the create awareness amongst the students and educators. What does it mean? What is plagiarism? Because it is nothing but it is a form of research misconduct. And misconduct means fabrication, falsification, plagiarism, or any other practice that seriously deviates from various disciplines commonly accepted in the discipline or in the academic and research communities, generally in promoting, performing, reviewing, and reporting research and creative activities. For that purpose, definitely it is nothing but it is a research misconduct, not it is a research misconduct. And if you see about the plagiarism, in plagiarism, one more important component known as fabrication. Fabrication is the intentional act of making up data or results, recording or television. That means इसे क्या कहते हैं अपन, कि अगर एक रिसर्चर जानबूझ के अगर कोई डेटा उठाता है, known as fabrication. If you see the examples of fabrications in social science as such, researcher or interviewer completing their questionnaire for a felicitous subjects or the fictitious subjects or the data that was never interviewed. In also in biological sciences also, the creation of a data set for an experiment that was never actually conducted. The practice of adding fictitious data to a real data set collect during actual experiment for a purpose of providing additional statistical validity, or in clinical research, the insertion of a clinical note into the research record to indicate compliance with an element of the protocol. That means such type of fabrication is not allowed in research, which comes under the plagiarism. Then another important component is falsification. Falsification is nothing but it is manipulating research material or equipment or process, or changing or omitting, suppressing data or results without scientific or statistical justification. That means researchers not actually represented in research records. This would include the misrepresentation of uncertainty during statistical analysis of the data. If you see the example of falsification, then alteration of data to render a modification of a variance in the data, or falsification of dates and experimental procedures in the study notebooks, and misrepresenting the results from statistical analysis. That means such a type of falsification is also comes under the unethical aspects of research, or it is nothing but it is the plagiarism as such. Also, the addition of false or misleading statements or falsification of research accomplishment by publishing the same research results in multiple papers, that it is nothing but it is the self-plagiarism. Misrepresentation of materials or methods of research study already published a paper, or providing false statement about the extent of a research study. That means such a type of falsifications comes under the unethical aspects of research. Then what does it mean? What is a plagiarism? Plagiarism, that means the plagiarism is the act of stealing someone else's work and attempting to pass it off as your own. Means अगर किसी another author का एक researcher एक पैरा उठाता है और एक पेज उठाता है विदाउट साइटिंग प्रॉपरली, अगर विदाउट क्रेडेंशियल गिवन टू द कंसर्न सोर्सेस, अगर किसी का पैरा लेना है तो उसका रेफरेंस देना जरूरी है, उसका सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम विच सोर्स द रिसर्चर has collect the data or the cite the data. That proper citation is more important in research as such, because propose another author's idea as if it were your own, or fabricating references or using incorrect references, or submitting someone else's presentation or the program or the spreadsheets or other file, and only by giving only minor alteration, or buying or selling term paper assignment, dissertation thesis comes under the plagiarism. These are the various types of plagiarism. It may be a clone. Clone is nothing but submitting another's work word for word as one's own. और कंट्रोल सी, आपको मालूम है अगर कंप्यूटर पे अगर कीपैड पर कंट्रोल सी करता है तो क्या है, कंट्रोल सी इज ओनली फॉर कॉपी. Okay, that means contains significant portions of text from a single source without alteration. और replace, आपको मालूम है कि MS Word में replace की provision है, और remix, recycle, hybrid, mashup, error, aggregator और retweet. That means such a type of types of plagiarisms is done in the research. That means all such type of plagiarism is a completely misconduct or the unethical aspects. Suppose here I have given examples quoting directly. Here, if you see this first para, Canada, unlike the United States, यहाँ से it has a more liberal caste. यहाँ तक अगर ये पैरा अपन देख सकते हैं, इस पैरा के आगे पीछे ये कहाँ से प्यारा लिया है, ये किसका प्यारा है, कुछ डिटेल्स यहाँ दिया नहीं. Okay, therefore it comes under the plagiarism. And if you see the next para, the same para, Canada, unlike the United States, from did not stops यहाँ से, although it has more, यहाँ तक. यहाँ as Christian and Campbell state लिखा है. इस पैरा में ये किसका स्टेटमेंट है, उस ऑथर का, उस सोर्स का यहाँ नाम लिखा है. और at the end of paragraphs, here I have given the year of publications, comma 283 is nothing but it is the page number. In bracket ये दिया है. That means this is the correct para, and it is not comes under the plagiarism. Then paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is nothing but अगर किसी अनदर्स का एक पैरा अपन लेते हैं, उसमें कुछ थोड़ा माइनर चेंजेस करके और उसका कुछ मीनिंग एज इट इज रख के अगर कोई बंदा कोई रिसर्चर्स काम करता है, that comes under the plagiarism. For that purpose, here I have given one first para comes under the plagiarism. Why plagiarism? Because here it is not given any source from which source the information we have taken. The another para here completely given the name of that source. Who has told that Christian and Campbell have not that like that means Christian and Campbell is the author. The statement of that author is here given, and at the end of para here I have given the year of publication and 283 is the page number. That means the second para is the completely plagiarism clearance para. Comes not comes under the plagiarism, but first para comes under the plagiarism because here in first para not given a proper source of information. However, in second para given a proper source of information, including the year of publication and the page number also. If you see the paraphrasing is the example of plagiarism. Here I have given one example of paragraph. Here in blue color, children are incentives to their parents. That means ये पैरा में कहीं कहीं जगह चेंजेस किए हैं, माइनर चेंजेस किए, मगर पैरा का मीनिंग सेम रख के किया है. comes under the paraphrasing. That means जब रिसर्चर्स कोई सोर्स यूज करता है, कोई इंफॉर्मेशन का इस्तेमाल करता है अपने रिसर्च के लिए, इट मे बी अ चार्ट्स, इट मे बी अ टेबल्स और स्टैटिस्टिकल इनसाइट टेक्स्ट इन other formats or intellectual property of those who created their work. That means all such type of, as and when the researcher have taken some source, they definitely we should have to, or researcher should have to given a proper source of information. That means I think you are completely aware about such type of plagiarism, because if turning in someone else's work as your own or copying words or ideas from someone else without giving credit, or failing to put a quotation in quotation marks, or given incorrect information about the source of quotations, or changing words but copying the sentence structure of a source without giving credit, or copying so many words or ideas from a source that it makes up the majority of your work, whether you give credit or not. That means such type of if the researcher are using a very fair use as per the rules, as per the ethical aspects of research, and definitely we will get the plagiarism clear. That means copying materials you have previously produced and passing it off as a new production comes under the self-plagiarism. And self-plagiarism is a very important issue, especially in plagiarism. अगर किसी ऑथर का एक पेपर ऑलरेडी पब्लिश्ड है, that means if any researchers are using a work which is previously published, comes under the self-plagiarism. अगर कोई छोटा पैरा भी यूज करता है जो ऑलरेडी पब्लिश्ड पेपर में है, या सेम पेपर अनदर लैंग्वेज में प्रोड्यूस करता है, अगर पेपर इंग्लिश में वही मराठी करके दूसरे जर्नल्स में दिया, या दो जर्नल्स में सेम पेपर आ गए, दैट मीन्स कम्स अंडर द plagiarism or duplication of work, and self plagiarism is a completely unethical aspects. Unintentional plagiarism means agar a researcher doesn't have any idea about the what is the punishment of that plagiarism if they are copying from someone else. In such cases, means failing to document or cite properly, quoting excessively, or failing to use your own voice to present information ideas, may not know how to integrate ideas of others and document properly, or may not know how to take notes properly, or unfamiliar with international style of writing. Means किसी रिसर्चर्स को स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग का पता नहीं रहता, हाउ टू साइट प्रॉपरली, रेफरेंस कैसा लिखना है ये भी पता नहीं चलता, या ऐसे कोई रिसर्चर्स रहते हैं कि रिसर्चर्स को ये पता नहीं कि हम अगर किसी से कॉपी करते उसका अंजाम क्या होगा. मीन्स सच टाइप ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्पेशली फॉर रिसर्चर्स. देन इफ यू सी अबाउट द कॉमन नॉलेज, अगर सपोज इंडिया का इंडिपेंडेंस डे है 15 अगस्त 1947, अगर 15 अगस्त 1947 को इंडिया इंडिपेंडेंट हो गया, ये तो सब जानते हैं, मीन्स दैट कम्स अंडर द कॉमन नॉलेज. Such a type of common knowledge, it is not necessary to cite, or it is not necessary to give a proper references, because it comes under the common knowledge. For that purpose, common knowledge is also important part. Here I have given some examples of common knowledge. Then why students or researchers or the educators are plagiarized? Because and in which situation? Because in student dissertations or term papers, assignments, projects, reports, or thesis or research reports, or academic research writings, books, article, papers, that means in such situations, researcher or the author or educators can plagiarize some materials. But in such situation, internet is not responsible for it, because internet is the tool to detect it only. And for that purpose, copying of idea is always not plagiarism, is done as per the rules. And for that purpose, major cases of plagiarism in such situations. Why students are plagiarized? Definitely due to its studies pressure, or disorganized study, or the poor study habits, and cut and paste culture, because they love, especially for cut and paste culture, or the English as the international language, and language barrier is another challenge, and lack of understanding the seriousness of plagiarism, because they doesn't have any idea about the seriousness of plagiarism, and lack of strict academic disciplines, because each and every institution, they should have to form a specific academic disciplines, especially for how to avoid the copy paste cultures. And careless attitude is the another problem, and lack of referencing skill. That means researchers doesn't have any idea about the how to cite properly, how to do reference properly as per the specific styles of writing. Then if you see the what type of penalties, what type of consequences are there. अगर कोई रिसर्चर या कोई ऑथर कॉपी पेस्ट का यूज करता है, प्लेगरिज्म का यूज करता है, तो सम रिसोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन हियर आई हैव गिवन पोर्ट्समाउथ हेराल्ड says that minister resigns because of plagiarism. The another example of another source of that is the Hindu. It is a very renowned newspaper, says that I am tech CSIR scientist use fake data in 7 papers. The another source of information, that is the Times of India, says that Madras University bans scholar for plagiarism. Then Jamia Islamia researchers hit by plagiarism slur. Then clarification, Deccan Herald says that clarification sought from Vice Chancellor on plagiarism charges. That means it is a very serious issue. Then another source says that plagiarism case, MPhil thesis was copied, says Copes. Then JNU scholar alleges plagiarism against Bihar CM. Then Dance of Democrats says that BJP anthem plagiarized Anand poet. That means such type of issues are there. Then also the Times of India says that Management Development Institute suspends professor for plagiarism. That means suspends professors. Definitely it is possible. And for that purpose, it is a very serious issue like plagiarism. Then nowadays, you are completely aware of, there are thousands and thousands of journals are available in the world. It may be a print or it may be a electronic journals. And nowadays, each and every peer review journals, reputed journals or the reputed publishers, also they are adopting the plagiarism policy, and they have developed a very systematic and proper plagiarism policy to avoid the copy and paste cultures, especially in research product. And for that purpose, if we see the plagiarism detection tool, then especially what if plagiarism is detected, which type of source of information is made available, especially writing a very systematic plan which is developed by various agencies. Here, I have given one example, that is COPE. COPE is nothing but COPE, that is Committee on Publication Ethics. Was established in 1997 by a small group of medical professions, journal editors in the UK, but now has over 9,000 members are there. And if you see the each and every very popular or very renowned publishers are following the policies of COPE. The various publishers, it may be elsewhere, it may be a Wiley, it may be a Blackwell, Springer, Taylor & Francis, Palgrave, Macmillan, Walter. That means various publishers, reputed publishers, are using or following the policies of Committee on Publication Ethics. And the another one is, if you see action on detected plagiarism depends on the publisher, journal's editorial board. That here, elsewhere is a very renowned publisher. They have also developed the plagiarism policy, and they have given the plagiarism policy. Springer is also given that policy, and they have also given minor or intermediate or server, such a type of various steps of plagiarism given by the various publishers. And for avoiding the plagiarism, definitely another way to avoid plagiarism is to use your own words in your as much as possible. Because अगर कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन, कुछ डेटा अपन दूसरे सोर्स लेते हैं, अगर if you write all these data in your own words, then definitely we will it will be plagiarism clearance. Then how to avoid? Because when we write something that it may be a words, opinions, statistics, facts, information from author or any other sources or the pictorial representations, definitely you are required to put down a footnote, quotation marks, or in-text parenthetical references. If there is no author, then state where you found the information. This is the policy for avoiding the plagiarism. If we have taken, it may be a word, It may be opinion or the statistics or the fact or the information of the pictorial representation. Definitely, we should have to cite properly from which source we have taken that information. For that purpose, for avoiding the plagiarism, such type of policies is very important. The another is a citation is also important, playing a very important role in research. And for that purpose, citations have to be used when you use these methods. It may by quoting, paraphrasing, summarizing, or common knowledge. You must write where you got your information from, which place. And there are many style of citations is PowerPoint is are also using the APA style. That means there are so many styles are there. And as per my knowledge, there are 2,500 plus styles of citations are made available in the world. If you attend the one research ethics program of Swayam, then as per that trainer, there are 2,500 plus styles of citations are there in the world. And for that purpose, any researchers, we should have to adopt a specific style, which will be helpful to maintain the uniformity in research. There are two types of quotations are there. First, quotations. A quotation is enclosed in quotation marks for quoted up to 39 words, and if above 39 words, definitely
मीटिंग छोड़ दिया मैं
indebted
आपसे बात करने
5 spaces from the left margin. Okay, that means two types of a longer quotation and smaller quotations. That means smaller quotations means 39 words से कम है, वो smaller citations. If having more than 40 words, then it's comes under the longer quotations. Here I have given one example of short direct quotations. Definitely, अगर short quotations है, तो definitely ये किसका statement है? Here I have given the Galapagos academic honesty policy state that, and then the short quotations comes under the here हमने क्या किया है? Double inverted comma में लिखा है. Okay, and from which source? The source is also given. Okay, this is a longer quotation, long direct quotations. या लेफ्ट साइड से 5 स्पेस मार्जिन छोड़ के ये लिखना जरूरी है, और इसको कोटेशंस मार्क की देने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, दैट मींस इनडायरेक्ट, डायरेक्ट एंड पैराफ्रेजिंग. Definitely MLA quotations are MLA is nothing but the modern language associations quotation. APA, that is American Psychological Association, or Chicago is also another style of writing. That means there are 2,500 plus styles of writings, or the style of quotations, style of references are there. And for that purpose, indirect style, then direct, then paraphrasing is the component of that each and every style of writings. And these are the sources of information, especially for researchers. And especially for referencing, we should have to know the citation, citing source, citing source, and when do I need to cite, what's a bibliography, what's an annotated bibliography, and difference between the reference and bibliography, what are endnote, footnote, difference between footnote and endnote. That means all such a type of referencing is very important, and each and every researcher, they should have to follow the rules and regulations, especially regarding the referencing styles. And citation is nothing but it covers the name of the author, year of publications, title, place of publication, the name of publisher, page number, such type of information which covers in that citation. And there are various citation styles are there. In humanities, Chicago style, then writer's handbook, excellent, writer, ML, all these are the used in humanities, ACS, MA, IEEE in sciences. Okay, then in social sciences, AAA, APA, American Psychological Association, all these are the styles using in social sciences. Then here I am not emphasizing on such a type of APA citations, because just because time is a very limit of time, it is not possible to focus on each and every issues. But this is I have given one example of APA styles regarding the here example of book, then example of chapters, Here I have given the book with no author, book with two author, book with inedited. Uh, that means book is having one author. That means I have given here the small information, especially examples. And uh, अगर कौन सा भी स्टाइल वर्ल्ड का अगर आप देख सकते हैं, तो हर एक स्टाइल्स में जब रेफरेंसेस देते हैं तो पहला ऑथर सरनेम लेते हैं, ऑथर सरनेम के बाद ऑथर्स फोरनेम लेते हैं, और ऑथर के सामने जो भी कुछ विशेषणस है, कुछ भी कुछ डेसिग्नेशंस है, अगर कोई जेंडर कोई मेल है, फीमेल है, मिस्टर है, मिसेस है, प्रोफेसर है, या कोई डॉक्टर है, तो ये चीज लिखने की जरूरत नहीं किसी भी स्टाइल में। देर आर 2500 प्लस स्टाइल्स आर देयर, पर किसी भी स्टाइल में ये नहीं लिखते कि डॉक्टर, प्रोफेसर, मिस्टर, मिसेस, पद्मश्री, पद्म विभूषण, head of the department, HOD, and so on. Okay, or Sri, Srimati. Oh no, it is not possible. It is not necessary to write such type, because in any or each and every styles, such type of information is not necessary to write. Okay, and कौन सा भी अगर स्टाइल लिया तो हर एक स्टाइल में पहला इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो ऑथर सरनेम देन फोरनेम। ओके, और एपीएस स्टाइल, अगर अगर एपीएस स्टाइल लेते हैं तो एपीएस स्टाइल में क्या होता है, यहाँ देखो ये दो दो ऑथर है, तो पहला ऑथर देन एंड देन सेकंड ऑथर, देन इन ब्रैकेट 2009 इज द ईयर ऑफ पब्लिकेशन, देन इन इटालिक द टाइटल ऑफ दैट वर्क, एंड देन place of publication and name of the publishers. That means this is the sequence, especially in APS styles. Okay, here I have given some examples. APS site is in website. Okay, friends, if you see, there are various anti-plagiarism softwares are there, because nowadays, because internet is not the is not the responsible for plagiarism. कभी कभी रिसर्चर बोलता नहीं, हमने तो नहीं किया भाई, ये इंटरनेट पर मिला था, ये इंफॉर्मेशन इंटरनेट से ली, इसलिए इंटरनेट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट। ओ नो नो, बिकॉज इंटरनेट इज द टूल how to detect that plagiarism. Internet is not held responsible for that. And with the help of that internet, there are dozens and dozens of anti-plagiarism softwares are there. And which anti-plagiarism softwares are there? The popular ones is a turn it in. The another one is authenticate. The another is urkund. Means such, and drill bit. The fourth one is drill bit. That means these are the commercial anti-plagiarism softwares, and it is a highly costed. Okay. Check for flag, then drill bit. That means these are the widely used by institutions and by publishers also, but all these are the commercial anti-plagiarism softwares. Also, there are free of cost. The open source softwares is also there. Anti-plagiarism, dupli-checker, paper ratter, plagiarism.net, plagiarism checker, plagium, C sources, plagiarism detector. And as per the some eminent persons or some use of the can be better than subscribe source. Which one is more better, especially in open source software? That is a flag tracker and wiper as per the sources given. Then if you see the process of plagiarism as such, process of plagiarism होता क्या है भाई? सपोज उर्कुन, तो अभी तो उर्कुन नहीं यूज करते, अभी तो ड्रिल बिट यूज कर रहे हैं। मुझे अभी भी याद है कि आई थिंक 12 years back, 12 years back, when I have conducted one workshop especially for all PhD guides in different subjects in our campus. Then in that workshop, I have given the training especially for all researchers how to operate that turn it in anti-plagiarism software, because turn it in is a very widely used anti-plagiarism software in the world, because more than 65% academic institutions are using that Turnitin software, especially for how to avoid the copy paste cultures. And in India, that time Urkund, I think 2 years back, Urkund is using in each and every Indian institutions. Nowadays, as per the UGC implement, they have given the access of drill bit software. Drill bit is the another anti-plagiarism software. Nowadays, in India, drill bit anti-plagiarism softwares are using in Indian universities. And if researchers submit their thesis or dissertations, then definitely this is the that means it may be a Urkund or it may be a drill bit. It is the home page of that Urkund software. Then in each and every anti-malware software, definitely login is more important. And for that login, definitely here I was the admin that time for that purpose. Here I am. It is necessary to fill up the data, your email ID and the passwords, and then definitely here is the facility of upload document. If click on upload document, the admin can upload that document with the help of drag and drop facilities and submit. Here another symbol is submit. Okay, and after uploading successfully, admin will get a confirmation mail, and this is the confirmation mail. Your submission is properly completed, and in some few minutes or few hours also, they have given the analysis report. And in that analysis report, here given 3% similarities, because plagiarism is not allowed as such. Okay, plagiarism is not allowed, but similarity is there. If similarity is there, that means अगर कोई researcher किसी सोर्स से इंफॉर्मेशन लेता है और वो मैच कर रही है, कुछ सिमिलरली कुछ सिमिलरिटी दिखाई दे रही, तो सिमिलरिटी का एनालिसिस ये एंटी प्लैगिंग सॉफ्टवेयर करके अपने को सबमिट करते हैं। और कितना परसेंट है, 1% है, 0% है, 5% है, ये सारी चीजें इसमें इंक्लूड है। और इफ हियर software has given 3% analysis report, that means 3% similarity is there. And also the anti-plagiarism software given the from which source they have taken the data. That means here anti-plagiarism software is given the source, and here this source has used 100% data from this side. Okay, and कभी कभी प्रॉब्लम्स ये होते हैं कि भाई सर ये तो 90% ये सोर्स से आ गया, 30% ए सोर्स से आ गया, ऐसे कभी कभी बातें होती है। मगर ये जब बात आती है तो सॉफ्टवेयर क्या करता है कि टोटल सिमिलरिटी कितनी है, टोटल सिमिलरिटी कितने 3%, आउट ऑफ दैट 3% कि कितना परसेंट ये कहां से है। ओके, ये भी सॉफ्टवेयर देता है। दैट मीन्स ये सब चीजें अगर जब अपन देखते हैं तो ये भी सही है कि भाई कभी कभी होता क्या है, अगर अनइथिकल एस्पेक्ट्स की अपन जब बात करते हैं तो बात आती है कि डेटा कलेक्शंस की बात आती है। अगर जब रिसर्चर डेटा कलेक्ट करता है, इट शुड बी अ करंट डेटा, it should be a update data. Old data is not allowed. And another one is कभी कभी कि misuse of IT tools, ये भी unethical aspects कभी कभी सामने आता है। मीन्स क्या होता है, मैं एक एग्जांपल आपको देता हूँ। When I was the director of knowledge center in Bamo, एक researcher has submitted their PhD thesis in our library, and concerned employee has uploaded that thesis in anti-plagiarism software, and we have got a 0% result. Similarity was the 0%. तो वो एम्प्लॉय मुझे मिलता है और सर बोलता है कि सर ये 0% आ रहा है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स है, ऐसा लग रहा है हमको, पर 0% बता रहा है। हमने डबल अपलोड किया, फिर थर्ड टाइम अपलोड किया, रिजल्ट 0 आ रहा है। तो मैं उनको बताया कि भाई एक काम कीजिए, ये रिसर्चर ने जो फाइल सबमिट की है आपके पास, वो किस फॉर्मेट में है? ये वर्ड फॉर्मेट में है, ये पीडीएफ फॉर्मेट में है, क्या किसी अनदर फॉर्मेट में? ये जरा देख लीजिए। तो जब हमारे कंसर्न एम्प्लॉय ने देखा, तो फाइल इज सबमिटेड इन जेपीईजी फॉर्म। अगर जेपीईजी फॉर्मेट में अगर कोई डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट होता है, तो अभी वर्ल्ड में, पूरे वर्ल्ड में अभी तक कोई ऐसी सॉफ्टवेयर बनी नहीं है कि भाई जेपीईजी जेपीईजी फॉर्मेट को रीड कर सके, कि वो तो इमेज है, जेपीईजी इमेज फॉर्मेट है, तो इमेज को तो कोई डिटेक्ट नहीं करेगा, तो 0% रिजल्ट आएगा। तो इसलिए हमने जो पॉलिसी डिजाइन की है रिसर्च की, खास खास करके प्लेगरिज्म पॉलिसी जो हमने डिजाइन की, उसमें स्पेशली ये हमने लाइन डाली है कि भाई किस फॉर्मेट में रिसर्चर ने सबमिट करना है। Therefore, each and every researcher, they should have to submit their PhD thesis in PDF and chapter-wise PDF only. JPEG is not allowed. ये ऐसे कंप्लीटली हमने हमारी प्लेगरिज्म पॉलिसी जो यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए डिजाइन की है, उसमें लिखा है। तो मैं ये क्रेडिट गोज टू दैट रिसर्चर, कि जो कौन सा रिसर्चर है, जिस रिसर्चर ने ये प्रैक्टिस की, डेफिनेटली। इसलिए मैं बहुत प्यार करता हूँ पूरे स्टूडेंट के ऊपर कि भाई ये रिसर्चर, कि जो रिसर्चर ऐसा कुछ ना कुछ अपना दिमाग लगाता है और कुछ ना कुछ करता है। तो इसलिए हम काम पे लगे, और काम में इसमें से, क्योंकि रिसर्चर का काम है, रिसर्च का काम है टू फाइंड आउट सॉल्यूशंस, सॉल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करना ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड फॉर दैट पर्पज क्रेडिट टू दैट फेलो। सेकंड थिंग इज मिस यूजिंग ऑफ आईटी टूल्स। अभी आईटी टूल्स का मिस यूज कैसा हो सकता है? दूसरा ये हो सकता है कि भाई रिसर्चर को जो जैसा रिपोर्ट होना वैसा वो जनरेट कर सकता है। मीन्स रिसर्चर कैन जनरेट द रिपोर्ट एज पर देयर रिक्वायरमेंट। मीन्स होता क्या है कि मिस यूज ऑफ आईटी। अगर कोई आईटी टेक्नोक्रेट है, आईटी सावी है, टेक्नो सावी है, or they knows the loopholes or the drawbacks of that softwares, and by using that technological tools, and definitely they can prepare they can generate the report as they desired. That means comes under the unethical aspects. Or another unethical aspects especially in research रहता है कि भाई घोस्ट राइटिंग। घोस्ट राइटिंग मीन्स व्हाट? घोस्ट राइटिंग ये है कि भाई मार्केट में आपके लिए कोई बंदा जो अननोन है आपके लिए बैठा है, कि जो आपसे ये चाहता है, कि आपसे क्या चाहता है, बस यू शुड हैव टू पे समथिंग, एंड दे आर रेडी टू राइट फॉर योर वर्क, फॉर योर थीसिस, फॉर योर डिसर्टेशन, फॉर योर रिसर्च पेपर्स। That means you should have to pay something, then they can write a research paper or thesis or dissertation. That it is nothing but it is the ghost writing, and that means ghost writing is also definitely unethical aspects in the research, and for that purpose ghost writing किसी ने करने की जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज ये अनइथिकल एस्पेक्ट्स है। देन if you see the regarding the changing the impact factor, also impact factor, misinterpretation of that impact factor, जनरल इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर का मिसइंटरप्रेट करना इज ऑल्सो ये गलत बात है, अनइथिकल एस्पेक्ट्स है। क्योंकि होता क्या है कि अगर कोई जर्नल्स पब्लिश होता है, और जर्नल्स पब्लिश हो रहा है खाली एक 2 महीने, 4 महीने, 6 महीने पहले, और उसको इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर कैसा दे सकते? आई डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया अबाउट दैट, बिकॉज आई हैव वर्क इन दिस फील्ड more than 30 years, but I don't have any idea about the how they can prepare, or how they can given impact factor। पता नहीं कि इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर कैसा आता है, ये ग्लोबल इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर है या कोई साइंटिफिक जनरल इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर है, पता नहीं ये कैसा कैलकुलेट कर रहे। क्योंकि अगर इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर कैलकुलेट करना है, तो आपके पास कम से कम ये 5 साल का डेटा होना जरूरी है उस रिसर्च जर्नल का, कि भाई लास्ट 5 इयर्स में कितने पेपर्स पब्लिश इस स्पेसिफिक जर्नल्स में पब्लिश हुए और कितने साइटेशंस है। ये 2 कंपोनेंट्स अगर आपके पास है तो ही आप इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। तो इसलिए, और एज पर द यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन, University Grant Commission has assigned the impact factor which is developed by the Thomson and Reuters. अगर ये थॉमसन एंड रूटर का है क्या? तो नहीं है, ये तो कोई ग्लोबल इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर है, ये कोई साइंटिफिक जर्नल इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर है, पता नहीं। तो ये जो है मिस इंटरप्रिटेशन स्पेशली इन इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर इन द जर्नल्स, बिकॉज ये भी ए अनइथिकल एस्पेक्ट्स है। दूसरी बात यह है कि रेफरेंस मैनेजमेंट डजंट हैव एनी आइडिया अबाउट दैट रिसर्च। जब हमने 2010 में हमने एक प्रोजेक्ट किया था, स्पेशली दैट वर्क इज असाइन्ड बाय और वाइस चांसलर दैट टाइम प्रोफेसर नागनाथ कोतापल्ले जी. Nagnat Kotapalli has given some project to me, especially regarding the PhD thesis submitted to the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University during last 50 years, means 1958 to 2008. मीन्स ये 50 साल का डेटा जब हमने कलेक्ट किया, दैट मीन्स आई हैव रेफर्ड thousands and thousands of PhD thesis which is accepted by Dr. Bamu during 1958 to 2008, and there are 3,500 PhD thesis in different disciplines which I have referred each and every, and that time I have observed that the majority of the research scholars are not using or not following any specific style. That means मैंने ऐसे कई PhD थेसिस देखे हैं, और इस PhD थेसिस में जो रेफरेंस मैनेजमेंट यूज उन्होंने किया है, that means they doesn't have any idea about the which style is more better or which style is useful to their social sciences, maybe a sciences or maybe a languages, because they should have to adopt a specific style. It may be a APA, it may be a Chicago, it may be Harvard or MLA. But मैंने जो देखा, रिसर्चर क्या करता है, कोई स्टाइल, दे डजंट हैव एन आइडिया अबाउट दैट स्टाइल। उन खुद से उनकी अपनी एक अलग स्टाइल, और उस स्टाइल में ऑथर के सामने प्रोफेसर लिखेगा, कोई HOD लिखेगा, कोई श्री लिखेगा, मिस्टर लिखेगा, मिसेस लिखेगा, या इनकम्प्लीट रेफरेंस लिखेगा। Incomplete reference is also a completely unethical aspect, especially in research. And for that purpose, such type of activity is not allowed in research. If we are maintaining the ethics, especially in research, we should have to maintain the how to avoid the copy and paste culture, especially plagiarism as such. And for that purpose, definitely the unethical aspects is completely not allowed in research as such. And for that purpose, suppose another one thing is, if collaborative research is there, and if collaborative research is there, and if that collaborative research covers more than 20 participants or the more than 20 researchers in collaborative research, then definitely, and if such a type of collaborative research are published in any form of literature, it may be a journal or a book or a research report, then in such cases, all participants or all contributors should have to give a very proper credit. अगर कोई 20% उस कोलैबोरेटिव रिसर्च में इन्वॉल्व है, तो 20% एज सच उनका हर एक का नाम उसी में आना जरूरी है। मुझे अभी भी याद है कि मैं आई हैव सीन वन रिसर्च पेपर, फ्रेंड्स, you can't imagine about the how many authors will be there for a single research paper. अपन ये सोचते हैं कि भाई एक रिसर्च पेपर को कितने ऑथर हो सकते हैं, कोई बोलेगा 2 ऑथर हो सकते हैं, कोई बोलेगा 4, कोई बोलेगा 10 ऑथर हो सकते हैं। 10 के ऊपर कोई नहीं बोलेगा कि भाई 10 के ऊपर ऑथर एक रिसर्च पेपर के हो सकते हैं, मगर हो सकते हैं। रिसर्च पेपर, एक रिसर्च पेपर को कितने ऑथर्स है, मैं एक एग्जांपल बताता। एग्जांपल है उस जर्नल्स का जो जर्नल वेरी रिनाउंड जर्नल है, वेरी पॉपुलर जर्नल in science, that is known as Nature. Nature is a very renowned journal and is having a highest impact factor, more, that means 100+ impact factor of that journal, known as नेचर, तो नेचर जो जर्नल है उसका 100 के भी ऊपर इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर है। तो उस जर्नल्स में one collaborative research published in that journal in 2000 in the subject of physics, एक पेपर है और ऑथर कितने हैं? 2500 ऑथर्स आ गए। दैट मीन्स अराउंड 35 पेजेस का पेपर है और ऑथर्स मोर देन 20 पेजेस पर ऑथर्स के नाम है। मीन्स ये भी हो सकता है इन, इट इज पॉसिबल इन कोलैबोरेटिव रिसर्च ओनली, but we should have to give a special credit to each and every researcher or each and every authors which is involved in that collaborative research. And for that purpose, definitely in such a situation, in research as such, the we should, or any researcher or any author, they should have to give a proper credit to each and everyone. That means such a type of ethical aspects we the researcher we should have to consider, especially in maintaining the research. And for that purpose, nowadays, when I have when the all Indian universities are using anti-plagin software, that is Urkund, that time when I have conducted one workshop especially for PhD guides, how to operate the Turnitin properly, and in that workshop, some guides are asking questions to that trainer, and guides are from language disciplines, and they are asking, or we are from Marathi, we are from Hindi, we are from Sanskrit, we are from Urdu language, and is this such type of softwares are trace the literature which is made available in Urdu or Sanskrit or Marathi or Hindi? The trainer has replied no, because Urkund has not traced such type of literature which is made available in regional languages. तो वो गाइड बोले अरे भाई छूट गए, बोले अच्छा हो गया, हम तो मराठी से है, हम हिंदी से है, हम संस्कृत से है, हम उर्दू से है। मगर हमने 2012 में बताया था उस वर्कशॉप में कि भाई ये टेक्नोलॉजी है, एंड टेक्नोलॉजी में कुछ ना कुछ रिवॉल्यूशन जरूर होगा, और इसमें कुछ ना कुछ, क्योंकि आज का जो इन्वेंशन है, आज का जो भी शोध है, वो आज का शोध कल ओल्ड हो जाएगा और कोई नया आ जाएगा। और ये तो सॉफ्टवेयर की बात है, सॉफ्टवेयर में तो डेफिनेटली ये मल्टी लैंग्वेज मल्टीलिंगुअल सॉफ्टवेयर विल बी देयर इन फ्यूचर। उस टाइम 2012 में हमने ये बात छेड़ी थी, और अभी आज हर एक इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटी जो यूज कर रही है एंटी प्लैगिंग सॉफ्टवेयर नोन एज ड्रिल बिट। अभी ड्रिल बिट जो है, ड्रिल बिट में वो मल्टीलिंगुअल सॉफ्टवेयर है। अभी अगर डॉक्टर बामू में आप आपका प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट करते हैं, फिर थीसिस सबमिट करते हैं या डिसर्टेशन सबमिट करते हैं, डेफिनेटली योर थीसिस विल बी चेक्ड if your thesis is written in Marathi or Hindi or Sanskrit or Urdu. Definitely it is possible to trace that literature which is made available in regional language also, because drill bit anti-plagin software is made available, and now it is possible to check such type of multilingual literatures also, and for that purpose it is possible. दूसरी बात यह है कि ड्रिल बिट जो एंटी प्लैगियरिज्म सॉफ्टवेयर है, ये एंटी प्लैगियरिज्म सॉफ्टवेयर billions and billions of web pages are traced, involved in that or indexed. Then also thousands of publishers' data is involved in that drill bit software, and more than 15 languages covered in that drill bit anti-plagiarism software. Therefore, अभी तो क्या, अगर आप जो थीसिस जिस लैंग्वेज में आप सबमिट कर रहे हैं, वो हर एक लैंग्वेज अभी ट्रेस होती है ये ड्रिल बिट सॉफ्टवेयर के माध्यम से। तो इसलिए मेरा कहना यह है कि जो आपका जो वर्क है, इट शुड बी अ प्रॉपर, इट शुड बी ओरिजिनल वर्क, ओरिजिनल रिसर्च वर्क. Okay, it should not be copied from any other sources. If you are copied, then definitely you should have to give a proper reference. Okay, means proper reference means you should have to adopt a, a specific style of writing, specific style manner, style manual. And as per the BAMU policy, definitely APS style are using for that PhD thesis. American Psychological Association style is also using. And if you visit to the website and if you just type in Google American Psychological Association styles, 6th edition, definitely. Manual will be, you will get the manual of that APS style, and definitely you should have to print out that manual and you should have to file, file it in your file properly. And because APS style कहती है कि भाई single author है, double author है, more than 3 authors है. If a document is having 3 or more than 3 authors, how we can cite properly as per the APS styles? And for that purpose, definitely, if the paper is published in the journal or if the information is published in the newspaper, how we can cite as per the APA? If the information is made available online, if the information is available in e-journal, if the information is available in e-newspapers, that means in each and every information is made available. They have given the rules and regulations for each and every source of information, especially for book, especially for thesis, especially for dissertation, especially for journal, especially for newspaper. Okay. और इसमें भी इसमें स्पेशली फॉर द ऑनलाइन लिटरेचर कि किस वेबसाइट पर कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन है, तो ये कैसा लिखना है, तो ये पूरा सारी इंफॉर्मेशन इज गिवन इन दैट APS style. And for that purpose, APS style is more important, and you should have to adopt that policy for reference management. And definitely, खाली copy and paste cultures नहीं, तो reference management is also important in plagiarism policy. And for means कौन सी components important है, तो कॉपी पेस्ट कल्चर, ये तो गलत बात है. अगर कॉपी कुछ करते हैं तो कहाँ से कॉपी किया, कहाँ का इंफॉर्मेशन है, कहाँ का पैरा है, कहाँ का पेज है, वो सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन वी शुड हैव टू गिवन इन अ प्रॉपर वे. अगर मींस अगर विद इन दैट टेक्स्ट है तो विद इन दैट टेक्स्ट आपने लिखना जरूरी है. अगर पैरा है तो पैरा के पीछे अपने लेख जो ऑथर का सरनेम और ईयर ऑफ पब्लिकेशन लिखना जरूरी है. मींस ये सब चीजें, और एट द एंड ऑफ ईच चैप्टर should have to given a detailed list of references as per the APS style. Okay, इतना ही नहीं, अगर आप MS Word से काफी जानते हैं MS Word, तो MS Word में these are the facilities given in that MS Word also. APS style हो, हार्वर्ड हो या शिकागो हो, अगर एक स्पेसिफिक स्टाइल we should have to adopt, or for what purpose specific styles is more important? For maintaining the uniformity in research. अगर एक वाक्यता लानी है रिसर्च में, तो वी शुड हैव टू मेंटेन द स्पेसिफिक स्टाइल. वी शुड हैव टू अडॉप्ट अ स्पेसिफिक सिंगल स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग, सिंगल स्टाइल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट स्टाइल और सिंगल स्टाइल ऑफ मैनुअल. फॉर दैट पर्पस टू मेंटेन द यूनिफॉर्मिटी, ये जरूरी है. मीन्स एक कॉपी पेस्ट कल्चर, ये भी गलत है. दूसरी बात ये है कि रेफरेंस मैनेजमेंट, रेफरेंस मैनेजमेंट के लिए ये सारी चीजें जो MS वर्ड में भी दी है, ये भी लिखना लेना जरूरी है. या हमने जो स्टाइल मैनुअल 12 पेजेस का हमने अपलोड किया है वेबसाइट पर, मोर देन 10 इयर्स हो चुके हैं, तो वो भी स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग जो है, स्टाइल मैनुअल जो आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, प्रिंट आउट ले सकते हैं और आपके फाइल को वो फिर ये कर सकते हैं, कट कर दे सकते हैं. तो ये स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग में ये भी जरूरी चीजें है. और तीसरी बात है कि कोटेशंस, इस स्मॉलर और लॉन्गर कोटेशंस, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्लैगियरिज्म में है. अगर स्मॉलर कोटेशन है तो डबल इनोटेड कोट में लिखना और सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन लिखना जरूरी है. अगर लॉन्गर कोटेशंस मोर देन 40 वर्ड्स का है तो लेफ्ट साइड से 5 स्पेस छोड़ के आपको लिखना है और सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन देना है. बस ये चीजें अगर आपने सीरियसली अगर ले ली तो डेफिनेटली प्लैगियरिज्म क्लियरेंस आपको मिल सकता है और आप कॉपी पेस्ट कल्चर के भी आप इससे बचा सकते हैं. तो इसलिए अगर कॉपी तो हर एक आदमी किसी ना किसी इंफॉर्मेशन लेता है और लेना भी जरूरी है ना. अगर प्रीवियस वर्क जो है, खास करके कितना प्रीवियस रिसर्च आपके टॉपिक पर हो चुका है विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट वेरियस रिसर्च रिपोजिटरीज. इट मे बी NDLTD, इट मे बी OATD, इट मे बी शोध गंगा, और मीन्स ऐसे ऐसे जितने भी रिपोजिटरीज है, वो रिपोजिटरीज आपके सेकंड चैप्टर रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर के लिए बहुत उपयोग में ला सकते हैं. मगर आपको यू शुड हैव टू अडॉप्ट द proper referencing style. You should have to uh, mm, uh, write a proper source of information, proper citations, and for that purpose definitely uh, ये जो सारी चीजें हैं, ये सारी चीजें अगर आपने ध्यान में रखी तो डेफिनेटली ये जो प्लेगरिज्म मीन्स कॉपिंग, स्टीलिंग और चीटिंग, if you plagiarize, you are being academically dishonest and can be punished. To avoid plagiarism, take notes on what you found and where you found it. You will need these notes later to cite the information correctly. That means there are punishment, definitely punishment is there, because consequences is there. As per the University Grant Commission's July 2018 rules regarding the plagiarism, because UGC ने 2018 का जो 2018 का गैजेट अगर देखा, जुलाई जुलाई 2018 जुलाई 2018 का, तो प्लेगरिज्म पॉलिसी उन्होंने प्रॉपरली डिजाइन की है, और हर एक इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटी दे शुड हैव टू अडॉप्ट दैट प्लेगरिज्म पॉलिसी व्हिच इज डिजाइन बाय द यूजीसी. एंड उन्होंने क्या किया है, एक 4 लेवल ऑफ प्लेगरिज्म्स उन्होंने दिए है. मीन्स अप टू 10% का पहला फेज है, दूसरा है 10 to 40%, तीसरा है 40 to 60%, और चौथा है अबव 60%. Up to 10% is allowed. That means up to 10% similarity is allowed. But if the similarity is 10 to 40%, definitely policy says that you should have to uh, uh, you should have to withdraw your manuscript. जो मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट आपको विड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा, और विद इन 6 months यू शुड हैव टू रीसबमिट दैट. अगर 40 to 60% में सिमिलरिटी है तो आपका मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट तो विड्रॉ करना ही पड़ेगा, मगर इन 1 month ये आपको सबमिट करना पड़ेगा. अगर सॉरी 2 years में आपको सबमिट करना. अगर मोर देन 60% है तो आपको मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट विड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा. और दूसरी बात यह है कि विद इन 3 years यू शुड हैव टू रीसबमिट दैट मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट. और अगर आप अबव 60% है, अगर गाइड को पनिशमेंट है कि भाई 3 साल के लिए उसको सुपरवाइज करने की कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है, वो पीजी हो, एमफिल हो या पीएचडी हो. अगर 40 to 60 है तो 2 साल के लिए वो डिबार है सुपरवाइज करने के लिए. Means such a type of punishment rules are there which is given by the University Grant Commission, and for that purpose we should have to concentrate on this serious issues known as plagiarism, and how to avoid the copy and paste culture, and how to increase the research productivity as a original research as such. Thanks once again to all of you. Thanks once again to the coordinator of this pre-PhD course, Dr. Lard Madam, and thanks to all of you जो मुझे आई थिंक 1.5 hours आपने मेरी जो बातें हैं इथिकल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ रिसर्च जो आप सुन रहे हैं. थैंक्स वंस अगेन. थैंक्स. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir. If
हेलो.
participant
थैंक यू. थैंक यू.
if participant have any question, they can ask.
हेलो सर. हेलो.
हाँ हेलो, बोलिए.
Sir, I have a question regarding the self-plagiarism.
Okay.
I am a student of science. If there is a part of our synthesis methods and characterization techniques is there in a research paper. So in that point of view, if our one paper has been published in that particular method or in a particular material, and we write a second paper, but with a different analysis, but the method of synthesis is same, material used is same. So how to remove that kind of plagiarism from our research paper?
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन आपके लिए है कि भाई ये मेथड्स एंड मटेरियल्स में क्या लिया आपने?
Materials means whatever the chemicals जो मैंने यूज किए हैं, उसमें मैंने
Okay.
मेथड्स कौन, फॉर एग्जांपल सोल्जर ऑटो कंबशन है, फॉर एग्जांपल को प्रिसिपिटेशन मेथड है, जो मेरे प्रीवियसली पेपर में ऑलरेडी मैंने पब्लिश किया हुआ है। और सेम
तो ये मेथड्स
मेथड,
एंड मेथड्स एंड मटेरियल्स की जब बात आती है तो सेल्फ प्लेगरिज्म में नहीं आएगा
नहीं आएगा ना?
ये तो कॉमन है,
ओके,
कॉमन है तो
बिकॉज
कोई।
हाँ, क्योंकि पहला पेपर मेरा उसी मटेरियल पर पब्लिश्ड है, और आई हैव ऑलरेडी यूज दैट methods in previous paper, and if I was writing the paper on same material,
मीन्स
so
आपका डेटा सेम है,
डेटा
आपका
नहीं, डेटा
डेटा सेम।
डिफरेंट है, सिर्फ मेथड जो है मेथड सेम है, मेरा मटेरियल वही है, लेकिन मेरा एनालिसिस अलग है।
अच्छा, मगर यू शुड हैव टू गिव अ प्रॉपर सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, बिकॉज
ओके, दैट मींस आई कैन
जो
साइट
ऑलरेडी
इन
पब्लिश्ड
शॉर्ट
है,
माय पेपर।
हाँ,
हाँ,
आपका सेल्फ प्लेगरिज्म में है, मगर ये आपने सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन जो आपका है, खुद का है, वो
हाँ,
आपको देना जरूरी है,
okay, so I
सोर्स
can
ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन।
refer that paper in materials and method also.
यस यस यस, नो प्रॉब्लम,
And okay, sir, thank you so much.
बट यू शुड हैव टू क्रेडिट टू दैट पेपर आल्सो, ओके।
Yeah.
हाँ,
Yes, sir.
तो सोर्स ऑफ
Thank you.
इंफॉर्मेशन वो देना जरूरी है इफ इट इज अ सेल्फ प्लेगराइज।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
हेलो सर।
इफ यू एनी
ऐसा
क्वेश्चंस
कोई,
प्लीज।
यस सर, आई वांट टू आस्क अ क्वेश्चन।
हाँ प्लीज प्लीज।
सर ऐसा कोई ऐप वगैरह जहाँ पे हम खुद का जो रिसर्च हमने लिखा हुआ है जो कुछ भी, तो उसको चेक कर सके कि उसमें प्लेगैरिज्म है या नहीं, खुद है क्या कुछ करने के लिए?
नहीं, वो तो ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर है ना, ओपन सोर्स
कौन
सॉफ्टवेयर
सा
जो
है सर?
मैंने, हाँ ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर मैंने जो एक स्लाइड्स में मैंने किया था उसका पूरा जिक्र। अभी ये जो है ये आप दिखाई दे रहा है आपको, ये पूरा फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट सॉफ्टवेयर है, और ये ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर है। एंटी प्लेगरिज्म है, डुप्ली चेकर है, पेपर राइटर है, प्लेगरिज्म डॉट नेट है, प्लेगरिज्म चेकर है, प्लेगियम है, सी सोर्स है, प्लेगरिज्म डिटेक्टर है। ये दीज आर द प्लेग ट्रैकर एंड वाइपर इज मोस्टली यूज। तो ये पूरा ओपन सोर्स है, एनीबडी कैन यूज दैट सॉफ्टवेयर्स।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
ओके ओके, वेलकम।
हेलो सर, गुड
हाँ हेलो,
मॉर्निंग।
बोलिए।
सर, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
हाँ
कि
बोलिए।
जैसे अभी टर्निटिन जो सॉफ्टवेयर था, जितना मुझे नॉलेज है टर्निटिन के बारे में,
ओके ओके, हाँ
तो
ओके।
वो, हाँ, तो वो शोध गंगा के जो थीसिस है वो स्कैन नहीं करता था, तो वो सिर्फ रिसर्च आर्टिकल ही स्कैन होते थे टर्निटिन में। और अभी ये जो ड्रिल बिट आया है नया सॉफ्टवेयर यूनिवर्सिटी में, तो ये शोध गंगा के भी थीसिस स्कैन करता है
हाँ हाँ
प्लेगैरिज्म चेक करने के लिए।
हाँ।
तो जैसे मेरा साइंस फील्ड है, तो हमारी जो मेथडोलॉजी रहती है तो वो मोस्टली सेम रहती है सारे थीसिस में।
हम्म।
मतलब ये भी जैसे कि मेरा माइक्रोबायोलॉजी सब्जेक्ट है, तो आइसोलेशन के या फिर आइडेंटिफिकेशन के जो भी मेथड्स है, टेक्निक्स है, केमिकल्स भी हम जो यूज करते हैं, तो वो सारे सेम ही रहते हैं उसमें। तो
ओके,
जैसे अगर शोधगंगा वो ड्रिल बिट अगर शोधगंगा को स्कैन कर रहा है प्लेगैरिज्म के लिए, तो फिर उस केस में हम कैसे रिड्यूस करें प्लेगैरिज्म, मोस्टली मेथडोलॉजी चैप्टर में?
तो ये जो है अगर ड्रिल बिट है या टर्निटिन है, जो भी है,
हम्म।
मगर इसमें ज्यादा रोल है आपका गाइड का, क्योंकि
ओके।
गाइड नोज ईच एंड एवरीथिंग अबाउट दैट, ओके।
हम्म।
तो एडमिन क्या कर सकता है इसमें और गाइड क्या कर सकता है, मैं आपको बोलता हूँ
हम्म।
कि इसमें जो जो 2018 की पॉलिसी है
हाँ।
यूजीसी की,
हाँ।
स्पेशली रिगार्डिंग द प्लेगरिज्म, उस प्लेगरिज्म पॉलिसी में उन्होंने कौन सी चीजें अपन उसमें
हाँ पूरा देगा। हाँ
अपन
सर
अवॉइड
पूरा
कर
है ना?
सकते हैं, कौन सा। तो इसमें अगर आपका थीसिस है, थीसिस में जो पहला प्रीलिमिनरी पार्ट है,
हम्म।
it is not necessary to upload that part, preliminary part up to first chapter, not necessary। टेबल ऑफ
हम्म।
कंटेंट है, सर्टिफिकेट्स जो भी है, या
करेक्ट।
लिस्ट ऑफ फिगर्स है, लिस्ट ऑफ टेबल्स वगैरह, और
यस।
लास्ट में जो रेफरेंसेस की बात है वो भी। और
हम्म।
ये
करेक्ट।
वी कैन exclude that matter when we are uploading our research in that software। और
हम्म।
दूसरी बात यह है कि जो कंसेप्ट्स है, सिंबल्स है, इक्वेशंस है,
हम्म।
we can exclude that also, okay। मगर ये कौन से इक्वेशंस है, कौन से सिंबल्स है, कौन से ये मेथड्स है आपकी, या आपका मटेरियल्स है, तो ये तो आपको या आपके गाइड्स को मालूम है। तो आपको कन्विंस करना चाहिए, आपने एडमिन को कन्विंस करना चाहिए कि दीज आर द सेम मैटर, दीज आर द सेम मेथड्स और सेम मटेरियल्स, एंड देन वी कैन एक्सक्लूड दैट मटेरियल्स मेथड्स जो भी है अपन एक्सक्लूड कर सकते हैं, आणि आपका ये प्लेगरिज्म क्लियरेंस कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट एडमिन ओनली। ओके
ओके ओके सर, थैंक यू सर। मेरा सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये है
हाँ
कि
बोलिए।
अगर मेरा सेल्फ प्लेगरिज्म आ रहा है कुछ परसेंट पूरे थीसिस में, जैसे मैंने ड्यूरिंग माय पीएचडी वर्क मैंने कुछ मेरे रिसर्च आर्टिकल पब्लिश किए हैं
ओके
पूरे थीसिस के ऊपर, और वो सेम आर्टिकल में प्लेगरिज्म के इसमें आ रहे हैं थीसिस में, जब मैं फाइनल थीसिस का सबमिशन कर रही हूँ तब, तो वो मेरा सेल्फ प्लेगरिज्म में आएगा।
हाँ, तो ये जो चीज है ना, क्योंकि
हाँ
at the time of submission of thesis, okay, already you have written one research paper and it is published in a specific journal, okay, and after publish your paper, then you submit your thesis,
यस
and the same paper is attached to your thesis, okay, definitely it comes under the self plagiarism.
ओके
Okay,
सो सर मेरा एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन ये है कि अगर वो सेल्फ प्लेगरिज्म का थीसिस में आ रहा है,
हाँ
समझो अगर मेरा बाकी के जो भी जितने भी मैंने सोर्सेस लिए हैं वो लेस देन 1% है थीसिस
हाँ
में, और सिर्फ मेरे रिसर्च आर्टिकल का मुझे 1% बता रहा है प्लग, और
हाँ
मेरा फाइनल थीसिस का प्लग आया है 10%,
ओके,
तो वो 1% मुझे उसमें मतलब वो 1% मेरी सेल्फ प्लेगरिज्म का माइनस हो जाएगा क्या? मतलब वो 10 का 9 कंसीडर होगा क्या फाइनल सबमिशन के लिए?
नहीं 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 नहीं, हो सकता है, मगर ये कन्विंस करना जरूरी है एडमिन के साथ,
ओके
और एडमिन को ये अगर आपको आपने समझाया कि भाई ये मेरा खुद का रिसर्च पेपर है, तो वी कैन एक्सक्लूड दैट, नो प्रॉब्लम।
ओके ओके ठीक है।
ठीक है ठीक है। एनीबडी एल्स है कोई क्वेश्चन और?
I think no more questions, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. I would like to conclude this session by thanking Veer, sir, for your guidance.
Okay,
Sir
okay.
explained plagiarism very well. It's very informative session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
Sudhir sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Very excellent and informative lecture.
ओके ओके, एक्चुअली ये 3 घंटे का था, मगर
Thank you, sir.
1
Thank
घंटे में
you
करना
very much,
था।
sir.
चलो
Thank you, sir.
Okay. फिर भी बहुत अच्छा हुआ।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू।
Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू।
We will take a break of 15 minutes. We will rejoin again by 11:45, right? We will take a
Okay,
break
ma'am.
for
Okay.
15 minutes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, what about science students?
Science student, just contact Madam Sonar Madam, what she is guiding to you, because today also we have arranged that OBS software part 2.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
You just ask her what is the next about, other